Good morning from beautiful Western North Carolina. Today we're going to talk about our home that we're building, some of the materials that we're using. We're using a product called Superfloor from superfloorusa.com. It's a suspended concrete floor system that we're going to be using on our home. And we're going to talk about some of the positives and negatives that we've run into so far. We haven't put it up yet, but the system consists of steel joists, the cross member bars that lock the joists in, and the concrete panels that are placed on top of these joists to create the bed for the concrete to sit in. So what we're using is a precast concrete walls. We're doing a multiple level home. We did 12 feet in the basements. We're doing 10 feet up above. And we didn't want to go with wood floor joists because we didn't want the creaking or the possibility of load issues with the concrete, and there was cost was much greater than going with the steel beams. So these beams are spanning a garage, a 3-car garage, 24-foot span by 35 feet. They're spaced at about a 4-foot spacing. They just have these crossbars in just to set the spacing on the joists. There'll be more, all of these get utilized. So when we found this product, the Superfloor product, we were unsure how they fit up to the poured in place concrete walls, because nobody here in Western North Carolina, or North Carolina for that matter, has utilized these for residential project to our knowledge. So our builder and the Superfloor person got together with our precast concrete wall company and determined that we needed a 4-inch by 4-inch lip on the top of the concrete walls on the load-bearing ends of the joists. There's a steel beam that we have, so we don't have any columns in the middle of the living space. And at this end is the same 4-inch by 4-inch lip in the concrete walls. So the benefit of these beams is the space difference, the pre-cut holes for the utilities, and these joists are only 10 inches throughout the rest of the home and 16 inches in the garage. So the questions that we have, and if we had it to do again, this space between the exterior walls on the non-load bearing ends of the beams, there is no lip along that wall, and the panels that hold the concrete go into this little groove right here. It's like a tendon groove, and then it rests on top of this beam here, this spacing thing. And then we're trying to figure out how that is going to meet up over here without us having to seal up all of the joist space in the preformed concrete walls. So had we had it to start over again, I would have added that 4-inch by 4-inch all the way around the building, which would have been no difference in cost from the manufacturer at the time of the thing. And I think it would have cut out a lot of the headache that we're fixing to have to try and figure out how we're going to space that and support it from this wall. So what we think we're going to have to do is stub a piece of 2x4 on the studs to hold it up. But what we're hoping is that it doesn't fall below the top plate of the walls, the 4-inch top plate. That's where we're at. So when we get those panels in place, I'll take another video for you. But if you're interested, we are currently really happy with the product, the way that it's coming out. We hired a crane to lay the beam, and in their minimum time, the 4-hour minimums that we had for the crane company, we actually had them fly all of these joists. All of the joists and the beam was put in place in 2 hours. And these beams, they were going to hand carry them because honestly, they're not that heavy. So we'll come back after we get the trays put in, and we'll show you there.